Hey folks, it's Chris with Simple Tech coming at you with this week's Simple Tech tip, helping you take the stress out of IT. We're going to look at iPhone one more time here. This is going to be what I think is one of the most underutilized features of iPhone, and that's the back tap feature, or maybe it's tap back feature. I think it's back tap feature. And what that is essentially is you could actually set up your iPhone to where if you double tap or triple tap on the back of it, kind of creating a vibration, that it performs an action. One of my favorite ones is a screenshot, and that's what I'm going to kind of show you here. You can go and investigate and see all the other different options that you want to look at. But it's honestly just as simple as like boom, boom, boom on the back of the phone, whether it's a double or a triple tap. I typically do double taps, but if you wanted, you got both options. So you could set up two different tap back features for your phone. And so if you're ready to go ahead and grab your iPhone, and I'm going to go ahead and share my iPhone screen, and let's dig in and show how to do that back tap feature, set it up, and some of the options that you can have with that. Okay, so like what I was mentioning just a moment ago is like the back tap feature is probably one of the most underutilized features that Apple's come out with. But it really can do a lot. They've provided a lot of different options in here for it. So in order to access that, what we have to go to is actually the accessibility features that Apple has put into the device. For those that don't know what accessibility is, it's usually controls that help those that are hearing impaired or maybe need touch assistance or visually impaired. It allows them to make customizations to their phone so they can best get the most out of it, essentially. So we're going to go into our settings here. And I was already in accessibility, so I'm going to back up so that way you can see it here. So we're in settings, and we're going to scroll down, and we are going to find the accessibility feature. So when you find the general at the top of a section, accessibility is kind of 4 or 5 down there. So we're going to go to accessibility, and what we're really focusing on is physical and motor. So it's the touch aspect of it. So you can see if we come down here, we have touch. So we're going to go into touch. And so we have all these different features. In the future, keep an eye out for assistive touch. That's also one of my favorite ones, especially if you have broken buttons on your phone. That one comes in really, really handy. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to scroll to the bottom of this touch section, and we are going to see the back tap. So you see at the very bottom there, we have back tap. It's currently turned off. Double or triple tap on the back of your phone to perform actions quickly. And so like I said at the beginning, in the intro, one of the features that I have turned on my daily use phone is the double tap. The double tap, I have it do screenshots. So I'm going to go ahead and set this one up to do kind of the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and tap there. And you can see if I scroll down, we got system, you got app switcher, the camera, you got all these different ones, but just right here towards the bottom, we have screenshot. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go back one just to make sure it saves in there, but I'm just double tap the back of the phone. And of course it did not want to do it. Oh, there it goes. It got it. And so there you go. You can see it on the screen that it took a screenshot, and then it's just going to file it away. And so, you could do another one with a triple tap. So let's say with triple tap, you wanted to lock your screen. Okay. So I'm going to go there. So I'm holding the phone in my hand. I'm going to do 3 taps on the back. On the video now, I just noticed because the phone went to sleep, but when I wake it up, you can see that the phone is actually locked. And so I do have to go ahead and unlock that now. That was funny. It got quiet because I was staring at my screen to see, and I'm like, wait a minute, my phone's black. Why isn't the screen black? So maybe we could try another one, right? So reachability, sometimes that's good for people that have like iPhone Pro Maxes, right? And they can't quite reach with their hands. So what it does is it moves reachability, moves that down. So there's a lot of different actions that you can actually perform on here that will allow you to customize your phone a little bit more to what you're looking for. Look, you could even add things to your contacts, add to Costco. That's interesting. Add to groceries, make a gift, music quiz. So you have all these different start my fast. I don't know where all these are coming from. These must be apps that I probably had on this device before, because I'm just like, well, that's weird. But like certain apps I know what this is. So I used to have my personal Apple ID on here, and these are the shortcuts that I created using the Shortcuts app, which again we'll get into sometime in the future. Um, what's funny is so those have stayed on the phone, so they must be in my Shortcuts app on this phone because I did sign out of that Apple ID. Anyways, I digress. So, but there's some really good ones, especially if you're really needing this for accessibility needs. A good one here is Speak Screen. Now, Speak Screen, I'm going to put on a triple tap, and what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and find the News app. We're going to go to the News app here. Sorry, I might have to set this up real quick, but I want you to see what Speak Screen does, because it comes in really, really handy sometimes. So we'll pause. All right, continue. Okay, so I don't want all that. So we're going to go ahead and just go into this article here, and I'm going to do a triple tap. And so you can see it is doing the Speak Screen feature, right? So the Speak Screen, it'll read to you. Now in this particular case, I don't obviously have the volume turned on and all that kind of good stuff because of doing the video and all that. But if I didn't, you'd be able to hear essentially Siri reading what was on the screen there for me. So the tap back feature, or back tap, I don't know why I keep saying tap back feature, but the back tap feature is a great tool that will help you get more out of your iPhone. There's a lot of items in here that will allow you to have quick access to things. Like I said, my favorite, typically, screenshot, for my work and all that kind of good stuff. I use that a lot. And actually the flashlight is another one. Makes it really, really easy. Now, granted, if your phone's locked and you're on the lock screen, you do have the flashlight down here at the bottom, and that's awesome. But, if you don't, quick triple tap and it just turns on that flashlight for me. Now, the sad part is it's kind of hard sometimes with the triple tap to get the timing down. You have to be pretty quick with it. So that's why I always recommend start with the double tap. If you want to add a third or second one, do the triple tap, and then just try to, test it out, see if you like it, because triple tap, you do have to be relatively quick. I wish it wasn't that way. Like I'm trying to do it right now, and it's just not grabbing it. But now if I did, there we go. So it took me 3 times to get that triple tap to work, and I'm pretty good with the phone. But again, double tap. Double taps are pretty straightforward and pretty easy, so it's really easy to take the screenshot. So start there and see how it works for you. So like I said, the back tap feature is probably one of the most underutilized features that have come out recently that Apple has put into the phones, where you just tap the back twice or 3 times to perform an action. Kind of mentioned it as we were going through it though. The triple tap is a little more challenging to use. I find the double tap to be more consistent and easier for me to use. I don't really use the triple tap. I do have it set up for a flashlight. Just so I can pull my phone out. I'm already holding it in my hand and just boom, boom, boom. One of the things I've noticed though is I have a hard time turning it off using that same triple tap once I have it on. So test it out, see what works for you and see what you like. But ultimately, if you have a routine or you have something that you do frequently that you want to be able to perform the action easily without unlocking your phone or using Face ID, those back tap options are a great way for you to utilize certain features without doing that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, all that fun stuff that the YouTube folks out there put out there, because it does really help us. And we want to also be able to make sure that we're meeting your needs. So if there's anything that you would like to see, please post it in the comments. We get those comments, and if there's some good ideas out there, I would love to do videos on those, because we want to make sure that we're helping our community. Could be anything that you're looking for. So just throw it out there and let's see what we could do. So other than that, hope you folks have a great week. Thanks for watching, and we'll come back with you with another one next week. Take care.